thought we'd do a walk through the garden. So, this year we had some issues again, but I think we're starting to get it all worked out. Unfortunately, probably only one crop this year. So here we've got our bed of onions that are starting to fold over, so they'll start putting on some weight and filling out that bulb, so they'll be ready probably within 3 to 4 weeks, you know, and then we'll dry them out for another couple of weeks. But yeah, they didn't do too bad this year. We had some issues with gray flies, but other than that, most of them survived. That's why you plant lots. And here we got our corn, which is my first year really having any success with. Last year they all died off during a late frost, so I got nothing. But this year they seem to be doing okay. I have noticed that although these started off a little stronger at the start, they dried out a bit during a couple days when we first got that heat wave, which we're still in. And these front ones kind of took off. But I think it's because they were, like I said, getting more water, a little more shade, and these ones kind of didn't get quite as much. But so far they're looking pretty good, pretty good. I did expect them to be a bit taller though. From what I could see online at this age, which I think is nearly, we're almost at the 70 days, they should be around 4.5 feet tall. But the ones that I have seen don't seem to have this really nice, big, lush foliage. Like the leaves are kind of short, so. But yeah, as I was saying, we had some issues this year with the first time that we put compost in. And the compost was clearly sold to me by white supremacists, you know, and racist, because I am a transracial, transsexual lesbian. They obviously didn't like me, but it was a bit too hot. Burned everything up that we put in the garden first that we had started on the inside, and we've been just trying to replace everything as best we can, or I have when something dies out from it being too rich in nitrogen, too hot. Here we got our pitiful little strawberries. First year that they've been put in here, so this garden is going to be the berries. You know, we got raspberries that were put in. We don't expect to get anything this year. The blueberries kind of took a rough transition, and our strawberries, they didn't do too bad. This one especially, like this one's putting off a lot of fruit but not much foliage. This one is kind of doing both, so clearly it's a happier one. And this was the row we were supposed to be putting our pickling cucumbers in. Unfortunately, they all died, so we replaced them with potatoes. We did put in a couple that we had left over from started inside after we rototilled it again to break up that compost. And they seem to be doing okay now. We did expect them to die, so I just put potatoes in there. Here's another row where I believe we had tomatoes the whole way, and all the tomatoes died. There are 3 or 4 in that row that were from the original 25 plants. They were the only ones to survive, but they stunted out really badly. So we didn't get anything. They're starting to kind of do some decent flowering. And this was another row of, I believe, cabbage. It all died, so we replanted our transplants in here, or clippings. Like this was a nice one. We expected really good results from, but the flowers, they flower, they fall off. So no actually tomato buds. And of course this should be 3 times the size. This one's starting to take off. Lots of flowers. A few little tomatoes at the bottom. And one of the branches grew out the side, one of the suckers. The romaine lettuce didn't seem to do too bad, but we planted, I think, 9 here. Weeds killed a bunch of them,